Hi, living in Boulder vlog. Ooh, pain in my back, inside of my lumbar vertebrae. Oof, for no reason. Anyway, plus my ankle is hurting. This injury a long ass time ago. Anyway, it's like 5:55 in the morning on Tuesday-ish or something like that. I think it's is it the second? Because yesterday was the first of the year of 2021. After the birth of the king. Turn the comments back on, you little fucking idiots. It's called communication. Tongues, mouths, and lips. It's part of humans with voice cords. That's really the simplest way that I can put it forth for you idiots. Or you could type with the keyboard. One person communication with the other. Not you turning my... And if you're going to say comments turned off, why don't you just stop insulting people and take the whole comments turned off thing away and just say nothing. There's no comments. Comment, what's that? Anyway, I done gone bend up all night long. I ain't gone to sleep. I'm like awake as fuck. Even though I'm yawning. I'm not yawning because I'm tired. I'm yawning because I yawn whenever I talk. I was talking to my ex-wife on the phone earlier today, and I was yawning all the time. It was kind of funny. She was like laughing at me. Anyway, let's see, I'm working. What am I working on? So I get up yesterday at like in the afternoonish, like 2:33ish. And I'm working. Oh, but then I called my mom and I said, I'm hungry. No, this was in the morning. No, this was in the morning before I went to sleep because I was up all night. And I went over there and I'm like, I'm hungry, give me my food. So she makes me my omelet, but she didn't build it with cheese. And the cheese holds the omelet together. So the omelet falls apart. And I'm eating this fall apart omelet with all these like little red peppers and stuff. It was good. And we hung out. But then I came home and I was pretty grogged out by the time I came home. So I fell asleep and then I got up at like 2:30 or 3. So it was like 8 hours or whatever, you know. I sleep as much as the next guy. But because I sleep during the day, the REM is only like half of that, and then the other half is just being relaxed, which is awesome. Anyways, so I got up and then I was working on my project, which is the tracing every single trail path, you know, stuff for bikes, not highways, only for bikes and running, foots and bikes. But from anything from a day's journey of Boulder, anything from like 40-mile radius of Boulder, 80-mile kilometer, that's like the size of, I guess, Big Republic of Rome, although I haven't completely figured that one out yet. It's like from here to Fort Collins down to southern Denver. But I don't go that far towards the west. I go out to the west about Winter Park, and then to the east is as far as the Boulder County. But when they do bike paths all the way out to Greeley, which I'm sure they will because it's part of the Front Range and it's not that far away, I'll definitely trace that, and I'll want to do that ride too. Riding on a bike path, you don't have to worry about fucking cars killing you. It's awesome. You know, especially with me, I've got a time trial bike. And it's with like a time trial helmet, you know. It's a little bit more difficult to keep an eye out for cars that way. Plus I'm listening to music, but I do have a car radar. But I want to get a mountain bike, but those are $9,000. I want to, if I get a mountain bike, I'm only going to get the very best mountain bike. But I still owe like $11,000 on my other bike. I'll show you my bike I owe $11,000 on. That bitch right there, faggots. Anyways, So yeah, maybe a couple more years for that. But I've decided I'm not going to do anything exercise related until I'm making money with my website. I think I made a mistake when I bought that bike. I had a little bit of money, and instead of buying the bike, what I should have done was just used it as an insurance policy and just kept working. But I felt desperate at the time. But yeah, so my insurance policy now is just don't spend any money, no bicycles, no whatever. What else would I spend money on? No, like fancy shit, like a camp stove or anything like that. No insurance for the car, that kind of stuff, until I am making money with my website. Because I don't know how much longer I'm going to have money for. The industry I make money from is fickle. At least I think it's going to be. But so I'm just gonna put my nose to the grindstone, and if I feel like I need exercise, just had a heart pain. I'm going to have my mom take me to the gym and do bike rides with my mom, because my mom is 79. She's 79, so she can get in the gym for free, so she has no excuse to not go. And she has a tricycle, so we go on bike rides. But damn, what the hell was I talking about? Oh yeah, what I'm working on. So yeah, I'm tracing all of those roads, and it's time consuming. Yesterday, like the night before I went to sleep, I started organizing it, and then today I was organizing it. Just deciding how I wanted to organize it. I created a bunch of folders, and I right-clicked and copied stuff in the areas that I had and placed them in the folders that I created. And as I was tracing, I never even named. So I named a couple, but I'll go back and name. You just turn on the road tool or whatever, the road button on Google Earth, and it shows you what the roads are. So I just zoom in and it'll tell me, and then I can type it in. And so I discovered like a half dozen double done roads, but whatever. So that kind of took all day, but I stopped early because I would be working right now. If left to my own devices, are these like skin lesions or something? You can see my tears coming down. I don't think my skin's doing so healthy. I've got like dry skin, but it's not that bad. Oh shit, I got myself sidetracked. So I'm working on that, and I figured another week until Sunday, just tracing, and then I have to decide how I organize, and I might not organize it the correct way. There's so many different ways that you can organize it. I have to pick one and just stick to it, and then call it a day. Obviously, if I was crazy enough, I could organize it in all the different ways, but I'm not going to do that until I'm old. No. Yeah, but I stopped early because my mom yesterday was barking at me saying, "Motherfucker, you have to get over here at noon because we got to find some paperwork, business-related paperwork that we have to find." And we've been procrastinating it for a long time, and because she has, and she doesn't want me going over there tired, because when I went over there yesterday at like 8 in the morning, I was turned into a pumpkin, and I wanted to come back. I came back at like 9 or whatever, and I was like, I'm ready to go sleep. So, yeah, so it's like 6, it's like 6 in the morning now, so I only have 6 hours until I have to go there. I don't think I'm going to sleep. So I'm just going to lay here, but I'll have a lot more energy to go there if I'm not working on my website. Even though the work I do is easy, it's just tracing, but it does take, concentration. So just real quick, in case anybody didn't know what the hell I'm doing, what I'm doing is I'm tracing all the roads around Boulder so that you can see them, because you can't see them, Like if you look up in the mountains, have a little golden yellow brick road going up showing where the road through the trees are. The trail through the trees, that's what you want, and that's what nobody got. Google Earth should have it, but they don't got it, so I made it for everybody. Everybody's going to love me. I'm going to be so popular. So, And then after I do that, I patch, you know, I just get screen captures of the terrain that I'm trying to patch, and then I just put the screen capture over it, over a house, so that when I'm done and you're looking at Boulder Front Range of Google Earth, all you see is land. It's like you're a cowboy in it says 1800s visiting here for the first time. Only there's a bunch of roads, and then I can build stuff on top of it, like the trails and the tracks and stuff, and then you can create this world to adventure around where you don't have to get distracted and bogged down by civilization. So, you know, turn more people. And then, of course, I could build ancient robots to teach history that way. It's going to be totally crazy awesome. Anyway, so that's what I'm up to. So I was doing that. But as I'm working along, I was listening to quantum mechanics videos, but I'm not learning anything because I've been smoking lots of reefer. And I'm concentrating on this, and I think my IQ has kind of been dipping. I mean, my IQ may even be under 100 right now, but it doesn't matter. I don't need a good IQ to do what I do. But you do need a good IQ if you're going to figure out this whole quantum mechanics and physics, you know. Or not IQ, but or at least you need a good memory, you know. So my technique for learning memory stuff is I just see these guys say things, and then I try to remember it. And then if the dude says something like this equation, I go, okay, well, I've never seen that before. But there it is. Hopefully, maybe next time I see it, I'll remember it, you know? And then the next thing I see, maybe I don't have to remember it now, so now I can learn something about it. You know, and it's just baby steps with the quantum physics. So, I don't even want to talk about what I'm learning about quantum physics, but I was actually explaining it to my mom yesterday, and she was enjoying it. It was going great. She loved it, and she was like, had comments. I was even doing the same thing with my ex-wife today, and she was loving it and doing it with comments, and I was like, ooh. Because the best way to learn crazy ass, you know, abstract and deep and complicated stuff like quantum physics and physics, explaining it to somebody else is the perfect way to learn it yourself, because you learn where your weaknesses are and stuff. But so I was, you know, as after I went to sleep, I realized I put the computer down an hour ago or 2 hours ago, and I realized I wasn't gonna sleep. I didn't have a chance in hell of sleeping. I just started watching more and more of these quantum mechanics videos, and there's so many quantum mechanics videos with really good graphics. I mean, there's Arvin Ash, I like him, and then there's Veritasium is a good science channel, but he's all over the place. Doesn't really focus on quantum physics. Science Girl, I heard she was into quantum physics. Somebody mentioned it, but I think she's all over this place, not really on science, quantum physics. But Arvin Ash, and then there's a bunch of other new guys. And this new channel, Crazy's whatever. I can't even remember them, but yeah, I just want to watch one video and then another video. And that's the perfect way to learn quantum mechanics. Just the best way to learn is by explaining, but also the best way to learn is by hearing explained by lots of different people. So yeah, I just want to keep, because eventually this summer or whatever, I don't know when, but I would like to do my own quantum physics video, just a really informal, you know, just the way I normally do videos, where I'm just laying in bed like this and I just shooting the shit, what I know. And if I can do a video like that, where I'm satisfied with how much I know, I could do a really good video, like a really good video. I think I have the capability of grasping it. But I think when it comes to quantum physics, we all have our own way of grasping it, you know? You kind of have to find your own path. So, and of course, the magical thing is you have your own way of explaining it, you know? So I'm just going to keep watching them. I'm not really that far into it, you know, because I haven't been just talking. Not working on my computer for a long time. When I'm working on my computer, I can't look at what they're doing. And when you're looking and concentrating on what they're doing, you can learn a lot more. So I'm super jazzed about that. So I think maybe I'll just do that until I fall asleep, or I have to go to my mom's, or I think my mom's up. I'll wait until 8 and I'll be like, bitch, I have to go over there now because I didn't sleep last night and I'm going to turn into a pumpkin soon. And she's like, you motherfucker, don't come. And I'm like, I couldn't sleep. I tried my hardest. So I'll go and then I'll help her and we'll find it. She doesn't like me going there because she doesn't like me groaning. I always groan when I go over there without sleeping. And I groan in general because I've been laying in bed like this since 2013. But I've been sitting in a chair constantly since 2008. And I was washing windows for a little bit in 2007 and 8. So that was a little bit of exercise, you know. But then I grew up just sitting on my ass, you know, because the culture that I grew up in by those piece of shit baby boomer assholes, they demand that you sit in a chair all day, every day. You know, so I sat in the chair all day, every day, and then I went to work and I sat in the chair at work. I shouldn't have had a chair sitting work. So I just sat in a chair my whole life until I was 23. So anyways, why am I rambling? Oh, because I'm tired. I think my mind is going a little bit crazy because I've been up all night. So anyways, what I'm saying is when I stand up, it's hard to stand up. It's easier when you're moving. Like I could probably have an easier time running than standing. Actually, I tried to run last summer and my back was so fucking sore. Like when running, my back felt like you feel like when you're doing like back exercises, your back's just burning white hot fire. But that didn't last long because right after that, after 750 meters, my left calf tore and I had to hobble back home. Anyway, yeah. So why am I talking about that? But I think I can go one more year. Let's tell my mom. Oh, but if I get some exercise here and there, because I do have a gym membership at this gigantic 24-hour fitness next door, so I need to get her to go to the gym with me and ride bikes. So I went to the gym a couple times for maybe 20 minutes or whatever with her. I'm really weak. My heart's really weak, so I actually get out of breath before I lose strength of my muscles. But I can tell it's definitely good. Like when I come home, I can feel like I'm good. But I have to make sure not to like injure myself. I said this before, but I leg pressed 8 plates, 4 plates per side, just because I wanted to see if I could do it. Because I'm forever 10 times, and I did it. You know, I did it kind of fast. I didn't do it with like perfect form, but I was like, okay, well that was fun. Let's do it with 3 now. But I couldn't do it with 3 because I blew up my knee, and then I couldn't walk up the stairs that day. I could, but it was like I could barely walk up the stairs because like my right knee. So that's what I mean. There's lifts I could easily do, but the result of that would be about a minute later, all of a sudden I'd realize, oh shit, I just did serious damage to my tendons. So I need to make a conscious effort to take it up real slowly when I do. Things are a little bit differently now that I'm older and I've gone so long without doing anything. But that's going to be in another year. I'm going to start on January 1st. I think January 1st, 2022, I will be, if I go all year long, just nose to the grindstone, and if I have money, there's a pretty good chance I might be able to get back into the riding. And I said before, I'm not going to ride or, exercise and stuff until I'm making money from my website. That's actually not true. If I have money, I'm not going to do it until my website is at a level where I don't have to focus on the actual substance of the website, and I can do all of my focus on figuring out how to make money, like the advertising and the ads and all that kind of stuff. So, but that's going to be another year. So hopefully, I think it's possible for another year. But if it's not, in another year, I'll definitely be so far ahead that I'll be Jimmy jazzed to do it for the beginning of 2023, when I'll be 49, and if I'm not done then, 3 more years or whatever, when I'm 50, I'll definitely, I think, be ready to, to polish it and focus. So, but that's 1,000 days. But if I do that, I'll definitely need to get in a little bit of an exercise regime. When I get back into shape, because I'm going to be such a disaster. It's going to be, I'm going to need a strategy. My strategy is going to be stretching. You just need to put your time into it. You stretch your ass off, and then you don't even pay attention to anything for like a year. You don't compare yourself to anybody or anything, and you don't even talk to anybody. for a year, you know, so that you don't have to get overwhelmed by how much you have to go. So anyways, oh my God, I've talked 20 minutes. I am very, what's the word? Affluent, eloquacious today. Okay, so that's enough. When I get back from my mom's today, I'll work and then I'll work into tomorrow. I won't like artificially stop working just so I could try to rest it to be able to get up to go out of the house. Tracing, and I figured maybe one more week of tracing, hopefully, and then it's patching, and maybe a week of patching. I don't know. So maybe by the end of February, I can be done with the roads and the patching, which means that I'll be ready to put the Boulder room on there. So anyways, that's what I'm up to. Tomorrow, yeah. So anyways, right now I'm going to go watch more of these quantum physics videos. I recommend watching them. Fucking crazy ass shit, super interesting, and don't overheat your brain, you know? Just watch it for entertainment value, but not for learning. Because if you're watching it for entertainment value, you're also going to be learning, and you don't need a high IQ. You don't need to be smart, because I'm not smart right now, and I'm learning it. But I don't know. I think you have to have a certain level of an open mind. If you're a kind of person with a closed mind, like you're racist or something, you might not be able to get quantum physics. I'm curious to see, but I don't know. I mean, when I was explaining it to people earlier today, they were getting it. Anyways, I'll explain it later. Talking too much. Talk to you tomorrow.